Every October, Knott's Berry Farm transforms into its alter ego, the Halloween Haunt. Just as they always do, the lights mysteriously fade to black, and a strange fog drifts onto the streets and into the chilly night air. The stage is being set to terrorize the brave souls who dare to enter through the main gates. It's also time to cue the talent to take their places among the rides, streets, and mazes. Over 1,000 creatures of the night crawl out of their coffins, graves, and other darkened areas to roam the haunt for the entire month. Even in the very beginning, the talent found at the Halloween Haunt was the best. And just as the haunt has grown each year, so has the haunt family. Every year, a special group of people come together to make this legendary event number one. Without question, the primary attraction of the Halloween Haunt are the monsters. Without them, the mazes, scare zones, and rides wouldn't have the same impact. The job of a haunt monster goes far beyond a person wearing a mask. The people that dedicate their time to work this event take the job of scaring very seriously.
Our talent is not only streets, but mazes too, are superb. That's why people come back. That's why my rehire event is, almost 98% rehires. It's incredible. You have a real core group of people that are very dedicated, that really want to make this thing work. And you'll ask them, you'll probably interview all these guys. They're going to tell you, I'm not here for the money. I'm not here for the money. I'm here because it's haunt. And I tip my hat off to all these people because the talent is what makes Halloween Haunt.
Being a monster out there is a tough job, You'll come out soaking wet. You'll be exhausted physically and mentally. You work it really hard. But, hunt is passion. That's what it's about, honestly. And this is where it's at. At least for me, I get my energy to fire up for going out there tonight, from these folks. Because these folks are the ones that live it, they love it, and they get into it. And they stay in touch all year. But you'll notice that there'll be such an enthusiasm coming out of here, and you can almost feel it in the air as it just grows.
The monsters, though we hire them, and we started the street talent program, they have really made it their own. We guide them, and we have them in our little box that we need to keep them in, and in order to keep our guests and them safe. But they've created what we have here, so they take a lot of pride in it. And even some monsters have thought twice about coming back, but it gets down to the nitty-gritty and they say, no, I gotta come back, because they take pride in what they do. They're awesome.
I couldn't handle the day in and day out that those guys go through. They really are the unsung heroes.
Even though there wasn't as many rules when I began, because it was just kind of starting out, we knew enough to respect people. When people finally had enough, we respected that. And what I found about the street monsters today is there's that same classy attitude. You can tell that these people aren't amateurs. The Halloween Haunt street monsters are pros. They come, they get their scare, and they move on.
The characters have a lot of passion and a lot of drive that I have never seen anywhere else. These people are on fire, and they are what make the Halloween Haunt number one.
Every summer, it's time again to recruit the monsters for the coming season. Even the people who worked the Halloween Haunt before have to go through what is known as rehire. In the old days, the process of hiring was a bit more complicated. Would-be monsters had to audition their talents, and for a short period of time actually had to attend a monster college.
That was fun. That was a start of bringing talent together and having us all in one room and either mask or makeup and doing the demonstration. It seems like everybody remembers Monster College. I think that was one of the best PR events that we did. We had the ceremony and the music, and then we threw the caps up in the air, and everyone asks about Monster College, and it was a fun day. In the years past, we do auditions. We did auditions.
Then the street monsters we kept increasing the numbers, but I noticed that there was a problem with our street monsters because now we were hiring from the outside, and we'd hire college people, and they would just come in and we would just sign them up to be a street monster. And for a year I noticed that a few of them were laying back and not being aggressive. So I thought to myself, boy, we're gonna have to have an audition. So I kept thinking about it, and I thought, I've got it. We'll do an impromptu type audition. I will get them on stage, and I will tell them just to do the strangest things you could think of. Now, a lot of them will say, oh, Jess, not for me, and walk away. And that's good. We want them to walk away. And some of them will just make a complete idiot out of themselves. And these are the people that we kept.
We would meet at the Independence Hall, and we would do a cattle call, and we would just start. Everybody had to. This is before rehire was invented. Everybody had to fight for their position that they had the years past. Then the idea was, why do we have to go through these auditions when we know these guys want these positions? Let's bring them back. Let's put them in those positions because we know they're going to do it. Whatever we don't fill, then we'll audition. And right now, what we basically do is we'll rehire all the people back that have given us great service and are continually wanting to come back. Whatever open positions we have, then I attend the Maze rehire events. The Maze rehire events are those who have put in 5 years or more. And this year I got some folks that have been 10, 15 years that have been working in a maze and said, I want out, I want to go to streets. We interview them, we talk to them, and we bring them over.
To work as a haunt monster takes a great deal of energy and a considerable investment of time. For the month of October, these people have to basically give up their regular lives to work the event. It can be a difficult job, but the consensus is it's the best time anyone can have.
It was the best job I ever had, I think, working at Knott's Berry Farm. It was the most fun job I ever had.
Would you like to be a monster? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'd love to be a monster.
Oh, we had a good time. And, you'd go back for your break, back to the theater, and you'd stand around and you'd talk to people about what did you do, or, where were you at, or did you see so-and-so?
I was a monster in a movie, but I was living it. And that's why every night when I would get off work, I remember thinking, how many more hours till I have to show back up here again? This is great. I had so much fun every day. I couldn't wait to get back to work.
I had a part in Halloween Haunt, and I thought that is so cool. It's a whole lot of fun. It's a way of going out and doing something that I can't do the rest of the year. If I tried to do something like that as an adult, people would think I was crazy if I didn't have Halloween Haunt to do it in. I get to do it the entire month now. So it's really a lot of fun. I really do look forward to it every year.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Even if I was not paid to be at Knott's, I would volunteer my time. I would have done it back then, I will do it today.
It's just a great feeling to work haunt, and I wouldn't give it up for anything.
When you go out there and you do something, whether you scare somebody or you make them laugh, whatever it is, it's a huge release. No matter what you do, no matter what's going on in the rest of the world in your life, that moment feels so good, you want to do it again and again. And I guess you could say it's addictive, but if that's an addiction, I'm not going to be looking for a rehab center. So
I wouldn't trade being a monster for anything in the world.
Because it was fun. I had more fun doing haunt than almost anything else.
That's the best. Nothing better. It's the only sane addiction out there, but it's still insane. It just gets you.
You get to do almost anything you like as long as you're not offensive and not physically dangerous. So it's sort of like they're paying you money to act like a total loon. Plus the fact they don't make you shave.
If you can get somebody scared enough that they can fall on the floor, that's the greatest feeling in the world.
If I had one job that I could do my entire life, this would be it.
Yeah, it really takes a toll on your body, but it's a rush. It really is.
I would do this year round if I could.
It's indescribable, just the reaction, the feedback, just doing this thing called haunt.
One of the best forms of entertainment is being scared in a controlled environment. As long as you know you won't actually get hurt in the process, the adrenaline rush of being frightened can be great fun. There's no better place in the world than the Halloween haunt to experience this adrenaline rush. And the haunt monsters just love to make that happen.
I think people like that thrill, being scared. They know that October is the month of Halloween, a little fright, horror movies. People love horror movies. People like that adrenaline rush of being scared.
It really is a lot of fun. I get a big kick out of scaring people that enjoy being scared and laugh when they get scared. That to me is the most fun of haunt.
You are that creepy guy that gives people nightmares, and they're coming to see you, so.
Every night is a great scare.
And to the people I've scared, I hope you had a good time, because I had a great time scaring you.
It's usually the men, though, that sometimes, they fall on the ground, they cry, they run, they scream.
You ever get scared?
Oh yeah.
What scares you?
The bride.
Why is she scary?
She's a pretty scary lady.
What is it?
That's the kind of reaction I'm really looking for.
You don't know where that monster is. You don't know where that scare's coming from. After I've got you, I hope you're going to therapy. And I hope it's going to cost a lot.
You don't know what's around the next corner. You don't know what to expect. You never know. That's the excitement about it.
You make them go where you want them to go. They run, you follow. I own you when you come into my room.
Nobody's safe. There's no way you can't be safe.
Monsters galore. If you can't handle it, don't go. If you enjoy being scared, if you enjoy your heart pounding hard, tears running out of your eyes, then go.
Each new season, the Halloween haunt gains new monsters and loses others. But for a core group of veterans that have worked the event for many years, there doesn't seem to be an end in sight anytime soon.
Well, let's see, the life expectancy of a female in this country is what, 80-something? I don't know, maybe I'll be doing it that long, maybe I won't. I don't know, I don't see an end. When I first started doing the haunt, I thought, oh, maybe I'll do this a few years, then I won't do it anymore, but now it's become something that I don't think I will stop. I think maybe they'll have to bury me in the costume, I don't know.
How long am I going to do this? I don't know. Once I hit my silver anniversary, I'll start thinking about it again. As long as I'm physically fit, I'll be doing it.
As long as I still can, I can't imagine not doing it. Technically, I'm probably 300 or 400 years old as the Bride of Dracula. I'm still going strong, so. As long as I could still do it and not get injured and balance the family life at home. I have 5 children, so I'm a mom and I work at the park, and that all works together and it doesn't outweigh one or the other, then I'll continue.
I know my first year I did it because it was something that looked fun and I wanted to do it. But I'd never intended to come back a second year. The second year I came back, I just kind of came back to see who was going to come back. And I did it again. And then after a while, it just was a blur. It's been one long year. 13 years, 10 years, 100 years. It's really hard to quantify the time span that has happened.
And every year you got more fun and more fun because the scares got bigger, the techniques got better, the costumes and the makeup got better. Everything around haunt just grew and grew and grew and grew. It's like, I got to go back because I got to see if I can do better than I did last year.
Working a special event such as the haunt, it's only natural for veterans and rookies alike to form a family bond that can last a lifetime.
The friendships and the bonds at haunt are very, very strong. It's a lot to go through, the makeup process, the abuse on our bodies, the late nights. So you develop a level of friendship that's different than any other work experience I've had. And I think those are what make haunt the absolute best.
You develop friendships with people who return, and you continue those through the years, out of makeup and out of the Knott setting. That community that is the monsters of Scary Farm, the makeup artists, the techs. We all know what a big event it is, and we all take care of each other to make it through, because it's a very, very hard event to work. Long hours and a lot of sweat and pain goes into it, but it's all to make it successful.
The family aspect of Haunt is what keeps the monsters coming back year after year. If I didn't enjoy the people I work with, I certainly wouldn't enjoy the job that much, and then I wouldn't keep coming back. We have people that have been here for 20 years, and they come back because it's a family.
It feels good to know, really good to know, that no matter where I am on the streets, whether I'm playing around here or if I've zipped off over to there, I know they're watching my back. You know, the same way a big brother or big sister would watch your back. It's definitely family.
I really like working with people, and it's working with the guests and working with the new friends and family that you meet while you're at the haunt.
They are my family. I love everybody that I work with. We're all so close. Everyone is so special.
I think next to my own family, I'll never be closer to anybody than the people that I met through Halloween Haunt.
All of us, and we don't do it by ourselves. It's the mazes, it's the town, it's the blackouts, it's the ghost town, it's Gauntlet, it's Swamp, it's all of us. It's Haunt. It's all of us together. And we can't do it without each other.
Behind the mask and beyond the scare, the monsters share a common goal: to uphold the integrity of Knott's Berry Farm and continue the traditions set by those who came before them.